Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. I am super excited today. For one, I get to wear my puffy sleeve Adidas shirt that I just did, and I'll give you guys more details on this later. But today we are doing 3 super cute summer tops, and I have no-sew options for you. Yes, I'm going to show you specifically how to do the no-sew. This is for you guys who want to get into upcycling but don't necessarily have a sewing machine or any hand-sewing experience. So I hope you guys are excited. Let's get started. So what I'm going to do, I have the sweater on and we're going to make a crop top out of it. First I want to put it up to how cropped I want it to be. So I think I'm not a big belly shower because I ain't got abs like that. Not yet. Maybe after Corona. If I keep working out, I'll have it. But I'm going to pull it all the way to one side because I don't want to have to sew both sides. I'm going to put it all the way to one side, and I am going to add a safety pin right there. When I take it off, for one thing, you need to add the safety pin to make sure you can still get this over your head when you take it off. And then the other thing is you don't want to stick yourself, which you guys know I'm prone to. And then you also want to add a pin up to the height that you want to cut it off. We're going to do a straight cut crop top, so we want to add a pin, or you can either mark where you want to cut it off. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Definitely hit that subscribe button. And did you know that when we hit 100K, I am doing a very special upcycle for one of you. One subscriber will get a special upcycle from me. So definitely subscribe, and share this video so everyone knows all the amazing stuff going on here. Okay, so I did manage to get it off of myself, but I did get a big makeup stain on it, so yeah. But the general idea is that once you get it off, you want to measure. In order to get it off, I had to move the main pin out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. So I have about 15 up here, and then only 13 at the top. So I probably moved this one out 2 inches. However, now that I know the dimensions, I can go ahead and take my pins out so I can line this up properly. I'm gonna line it up so that this seam is going directly up and down. And I'm gonna measure probably about 14. And I'm gonna make sure I leave a little bit of seam allowance. All right, so that's what we have left. And what I'm going to do is, in order to make my edges not fray anymore, we can apply some fabric glue right along the edge. This is the Aleene's Okay to Wash It glue, and that'll keep your sweater from unraveling. And then we're just gonna let it dry. All right, so what I'm going to do is fold it in half. And you want to make sure you kind of wrap it around yourself just to make sure it's still fitting like you want it to. And if you don't know how to thread a needle, I do have a video on that right here. And I'm just going to take it in to the end, you know, going in, going out, and you're just going to whip it around. You want to, the reason I'm not doing glue or anything else like this, whenever you have something and it's going to be pulling, you know, really try your best to get out that needle and thread. You see, I'm just working my way, going in one side, out the other, bringing it back over to the other side, going up just a little bit, and there we go. And we're just going to keep going. And when I first started, I went a couple of times at the bottom because I don't want that to start to open up as, you know, it's pulling, because I want it to fit really good. And I'm just going to keep going until I get to the end. When you get to the end, you're going to go through it a couple of times. Uh-oh, not on top, on the side. And then you can make a knot. The way I make a knot is I just take it around the edge of the needle a few times and hold it, pull it through. You can't even really tell. All right, so now I do want to add some little straps on here. You can use ribbon or whatever you have, but I would like to have the yarn. So what I'm going to do is I am going to attempt to unravel some of this. After you take out the little fuzzies, like the extra that was cut away, you can begin to kind of pull the yarn away. And once we have enough that's gonna make, you know, one piece of the tie, and that's actually probably too thick, we need 3 sections because we're gonna braid it. But you can do it as thick or as thin as you want it, depending on how you want your strap. And I'm just doing a 3-strand braid with this. All right, once I get to the end, I am just going to clip it off at the end to make sure it doesn't unbraid. And then I'm gonna cut it off on the other side and clip that side off as well. Okay, so here's how the edge finished out. It's not too hard. It is a little bit harder. It's not soft like this, but it does make it firm so that it doesn't, you know, begin to unravel. You can certainly leave it like this, cute little tube top or whatever, but let's see how we can add the little straps. You know, you just put it wherever you want it. So I want mine kind of a little bit wide set, and I'm gonna add the safety pin. And I made another one. And this part is hard for a lot of people. They find it hard to pin to the back. So you can definitely have, if there's somebody else in the house there with you, you can have them do it for you. All right, so in order to sew it together, I am just going to hold it in its place and just go through different sections of it. I'm doing my best to not go all the way through the front so that you never have to see this thread in the front. Even though it matches pretty well, I'm still going to try to keep it towards the back. And then once again, once you get to the your last one, you can take it around a few times, hold it, and make the knot. And it's nice and snug. All right, so here is the green sweater tank top. I really like this. I am definitely not used to doing things without my sewing machine, but for you guys, I am willing to do whatever just to get you guys upcycling and give you guys some positive things to do while we are quarantining. I am down with it. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think. You could really wear this all day, every day at home, just chilling, but of course it can also be worn out. And you know, nobody would really even know that you made it no-sew. So definitely give this one a try. And if you get stuck in this process, no matter whether you sew or you don't sew, please feel free to join my Facebook group. It's free and it's for Upcycles. You guys get to show your final looks. You guys get to ask questions, get help from a whole community of other people who are super supportive. So definitely check that out. All right, so for the men's dress shirt, all you want to do is put it on and lift it up until it's the length that you want. And then you want to do basically the same thing and pinch it so that it is kind of fitted, but this one you do not want it to be tight. And I'm going to add safety pins. Okay, so now I can see a little bit of pulling, so that means I want to let this out a little bit. I'm going to leave it like this, but I know that I need to take it out just a tiny bit because I don't want any pulling right there. All right, so now I need to add pins at the top where I want to cut it off. And you can actually cut this off in a sweetheart, or you can cut it off straight across. It's your choice. I have about 3.5 inches. Yeah, 3.5 inches on each side. What I want to do is I want it to flare out a little bit because I don't want it to be so fitted in the bottom part. So then I'm just gonna cut it straight for now, because I can always go back and add the sweetheart neckline if I want to. Then I am going to cut off my sleeves. All right, so now we can remove our pins. And if you're doing the no-sew version, or no matter what version you're doing, we want to turn this good side to good side. Also want to, in between the layers, you want to lay out your sleeves. All right, so if you're going to use the fabric glue, then you would just add the fabric glue, adding to this layer, between this layer, as well as between that layer. And if you're using a sewing machine, of course, you would just go ahead and sew it. All right, and actually, if you're going to hem it, make sure you move the sleeve down a little bit just to give you enough room to do your double hem or whatever type of hem you're going to do at the top. Now, if you do want to hem this, you can just turn it down and actually do, you know, stitch it by hand, or you can glue it down, or if you want to keep it raw, you can apply this to the edges. This is called fray check, and if you apply this to the edges, then it will keep it from fraying. And a lot of things these days are not finished, so don't be afraid. If you want to keep that raw, keep it raw. That's your prerogative. Now, what you can also do is a running stitch or a back stitch. All right, so we're gonna start off with a running stitch. All I'm gonna do is take the needle in and back up and then pull it out. And then the next place that I put it in is just a little bit higher than where it was before. And take it in all the way through and back out. I should probably do a back stitch. And a back stitch is more like what's created on the sewing machine. So basically, it's the same as a running stitch, except you go back. So where I come out, I would go back to where I put it in before, go in front of, and then bring it out. All right, so now let's do another tip. Just get a pencil, draw in a straight line that you want to follow. Then, when you're making your stitches, then you have something you can follow. As long as I stay on this line, I should be good. It's a tube with some cut off sleeves, and you just tie it over your chest 2 times. All right, so this is actually the easiest top that I have ever upcycled, literally. A few observations. I really like the raw edge. So, but I don't want it, you can see right there, I don't want it to go too far. So I am going to apply the fray check so that it doesn't fray any further than this. I like the white coming up, but I don't like necessarily to be able to see that so much. So I'm gonna do it, you know, how I want it, and I'm gonna fray check it. The other thing is that you could have gathered the sleeves to make them just stay up here so that you wouldn't have this pulling. However, I actually like it. I like how it pulls the top forward and gives this little like kind of ruffly effect, but it just depends on the size of your chest whether that's going to be okay or not. I can't say for you. We all come in different sizes. So yeah, because I like the way it makes it have like this kind of t-shirt hem on the side. So yeah, I am loving this. There's a top that was my inspiration for this, and the sleeves sat out like this. So, oh yeah, you can definitely do that as well. All right, so here's this one. I just have it paired with some regular jeans, and I just like the fact that it elevates the jeans so much. I think that this one is perfect for summer. I'm super excited to see what else I can pair this one with, because you can, you know, dress this one up, wear it with a skirt, dress it down, wear it with some jeans, wear it with some shorts, wear it with pretty much anything. So I just, yeah, I really like this one. All right, so I have a t-shirt here. So I think this is a perfect, cute little summer top that you can do. And this one is actually literally no sew. We are not going to glue. We are not going to sew. We are not going to, all we need is scissors for this one. So I am going to take my top how I want it. I want mine to hit right at the top of my pants, just like I like it. And I am going to put a pin right there. This time, we're only going to be taking it in at the bottom. And what I'm going to do, instead of adding pins through it, I'm going to put a pin on each side just so I know how much I need to take it in. Okay, so I have my shirt, and where I marked is about 11.5 inches up, but I am not going to cut this shirt off at 11.5 inches. I'm actually going to give myself a whole nother, let's say 7 inches for now. Let's do 7 inches off at the top. 3.5, 4 on that side. So I'm just gonna do 3.5 on each side. And what I want to do is fold it inside out. So I said that my pins went up about 11.5 inches. So that means I am going to do what I'm doing up to about 5 or 6 inches, like half of that, half the way up. And you can make about 1-inch slits along the side. Then we're just gonna take these and tie them into knots. And you can tie these to the outside so that they're visible, or to the inside so that they're not visible. You decide what aesthetic you're going for. And if you tie them to the inside, once you get them tied twice, you can cut off the excess. This is what the seam will look like. All right, so I have both my sides done. I am going to find the pins where I marked at the top of my chest, and I'm gonna fold it over right there. I am just going to make very small slits all along that edge. And that gives you little slits all in a line. The last thing we need to do is take the rest of the shirt that we cut off of, and we need to cut a piece of t-shirt yarn. 1 inch or slightly less strip of this. Open it up on one end, and then I'm gonna pull it so that it curls up. I'm gonna get a safety pin on the end, and I'm gonna like fold it around and double fold it so that it doesn't rip the end of this t-shirt. Push it through there, and we're going to turn a t-shirt right side out and to the front, whatever you consider that to be. We're gonna start from the middle and work our way to one side, just weaving our pin in and out so that the t-shirt, so that this yarn goes through all the way until we get back to where we started. All right, so here are my observations for this one. You can wear it both ways. Like I said, you could wear it with the tassels out, and with this one, this hem is inside out, but the side is turned correctly. So let me flip it. How about like this? I just have one tie showing, and then you see like the little, not too bad, a little spicy, a little. And like I said, you can make this as short or as long as you want, and you can also, like I said, take these in more on the side all the way up. You can also keep going up and like taper it so that the tie is a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less as it goes up. I think what I'll do is just make a small slit here and take the final tie through it and just tie it off. That way it'll look closed all the way up on the sides, even though it's covered by a flap. Scissors only, yeah. All right, so here is the no-sew t-shirt. Like literally no-sew, just some scissors. We did it. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this little top. I have it on with these amazing peach pleated pants that you guys have seen way too much, but I absolutely love them, and I think they set off this deep bright orange very well. So I switched up the way it's tied, put it around my neck, pulled it down, tied it on the string that's going through underneath, and voila. So definitely let me know which one was your favorite: the green sweater tank, the blue men's dress shirt tie front, or this one, the no-sew t-shirt like frilly top. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And this top I made in our monthly live upcycle class. Yes, I do have upcycle classes. For my members only group, Team Renegade VIP Supreme, you get the opportunity to have live upcycle classes with me. And yeah, we made this, me and a group of other people in the class. Everybody made one. Well, not everybody. Some you can just come and watch if you can't sew that day. One person did, she kind of cheered everybody else on. It was super fun. So definitely click that join button to learn more, and I always have plenty of other videos for you to watch right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.